Hey dude, you right? Yeah man. Yeah, no, I'm literally leaving mine now. Yeah, I've got everything. 7200, drone, yeah, everything, yeah. No, I'm going to do a video about rollers. Yeah, I'm going to do videos about rollers, basically. Like the basics, kind of how I shoot it, the process, that type of thing. And then at the end of the video, go into like detail, shutter speed, all that shit. Yeah, nah, it's going to be a sick day, bro. I can't wait. And what was it? An AMG GTR. Sick. Alright, sweet. Yeah. No, I'll be about an hour. Alright, dude. See you in a bit. Bye, 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 bye. Sorry. So, today I'm going to be going out with Tom to go and shoot a car. Super excited about that. But before we do, I just want to hear about today's sponsor, Surfshark. Surfshark is a VPN service. Now, if you were like me and you didn't know what VPN actually stood for, it stands for Virtual Private Network. And it's exactly that. It allows you to browse the internet privately with the safety and the security of having encrypted data. Now, on top of that, Surfshark as a VPN service allows you to have access to things that you might not normally have access to. For example, if I'm here in the UK, but there's a series on Netflix that I want to watch in the US or Canada, France or Australia, then I can. I just simply change the location on the app and it gives me access to those shows. And vice versa, if I'm in those countries, but there's a series that I want to catch up here in the UK, I can do so. So if you do want to be protected online while you're working and browsing, and also have access to those shows and series worldwide, then you can use the code OpticalWander, and it'll give you a total saving of 84%. And if you don't believe me, you can click the link in the description and go and check it out for yourselves. 84%, use the code OpticalWander, you're welcome. Okay, how are you guys? Hope everyone is well. Today we are shooting a AMG GTR. It's not my type of car. It's a cool car, it looks cool. Tom's arranged the shoot, it's going to be pretty sick. But we're going to get some like other shots later on, maybe some rollers and stuff. So one of the things that I think is really helpful when you're shooting rollers is making sure you have a second car, which we do, this one. And essentially you want to go alongside the other car to get this. We'll explain, you'll see, you'll understand as we go on. We're going to get some static shots here and then maybe get some rollers and stuff like that. But it's a fun day, we're going to see how it goes and go from there. Subscribe, like, all that stuff if you're not already, just do it. Finished here, we're going to head to the next location. All of the photos that I'm going to take today I'll show you at the end of the video. This location is actually pretty sick, as you just saw. Tom, did you say we're going somewhere else after?
We're going to do the rollers.
Okay, so we're going to go do rollers next. So we just got the rollers done here. You've just seen the drone shot as well. It looks actually fucking sick. Sorry, I'm kind of distracted, but look at this. The roller's done, drone done. Where are we heading now?
Mercedes-Benz World.
Oh, sick. So I've never actually been to Mercedes-Benz World, but the dude obviously has an AMG GTR, and he wanted to go to Mercedes-Benz World, so we're going to go there and I don't know, is there any way we can get, maybe we can get some shots there?
You can.
Yeah, and I mean, I've never been and I've always wanted to go, so I'll get some shots there as well, which will be pretty sick.
They do Mercedes-Benz driving days as well, so people are drifting around the track as well. And there's like a water skid pan as well.
We're doing that today? You're going to treat me to that? Wow! Okay, so this morning was insane. It was a great location, it was a great shoot, I had a great day, and we also went to Mercedes-Benz World, which was pretty sick. We got to see this thing here, which is basically a whole F1 car suspending from the ceiling. Pretty insane. Now, I wanted to talk about rollers themselves and kind of talk about the logistics of rollers and my process, which will help you guys shoot them as well. Now, this is just a basic overview of how I shoot rollers. As you do it yourself, you'll understand what works best for you. There's different ways of doing it and people have different processes, so don't hate me too much if you disagree. Now, first up, what you want to do is you need 2 cars. I mentioned this earlier on in the video. You need to have 2 cars because you want to be riding alongside the vehicle that you're shooting. So the idea is that you want to have yourself and the vehicle behind you or next to you or maybe even in front of you, depending on how you want to shoot the car. But you want to make sure that you're matching the speed of the car. So for example, if you're in car number 1 and you're driving at 45 miles an hour, and car number 2, the one that you're shooting, also needs to be driving at 45 miles an hour, 45 kilometers an hour, however you want to put it, because you need to be moving at the same motion. Now, a good way to think about how this works is that if you're doing a panning shot, you're following the vehicle, right? If you're doing a panning shot, you're following the vehicle like this, and the vehicle itself is in focus and everything else is all washed out and all out of focus, right? The same principle works here. Because both vehicles are moving at 45 miles an hour or 45 kilometers an hour, you're staying at the same consistent speed. So when you're shooting the car, then the car is going to be in focus, but everything else is going to be blurry. Now, my rule of thumb for this is however fast the car is moving, I like to have the shutter speed at that. Now, when I was shooting this reel here, I made a mistake. The mistake I made was because I've been filming a video with my camera, I still had my ND filter on and I didn't have a good space of time to get the shot that I wanted. So I had the ND filter on and I had it at f2.8 and the ND itself, you can see the raw file here, the ND itself actually caused yellowing in the highlights, which made it very difficult to edit afterwards. Now the filter you'd like to be using is a CPL, a polarizer. This will cut out those harsh highlights and make the car itself look really nice and clean. I didn't actually have a polarizer, but I will be doing a video on this in the future. So if you're interested in that, hit the subscribe button, notification bell so you get notified when I do upload that, because the whole video will be about the filter itself and why CPL filters are important for car photography specifically. So if you are interested in that, subscribe. With my other lens, I do have a CPL and I got these photos here with a CPL filter. You can kind of see the photos, they look great. I really like the car. It's not my style of car, but it does look great. It looks very beefy and meaty. It just looks angry. I love it. So it's a great angry car, but it's not something I would drive around, but it's definitely a cool car. So when you're doing rollers, you don't have to do it just on the side. You can also do it front and back. So if this is car number 1, where me and Tom are, we're sat in the boot, and this is car number 2, and you're driving like this, you can get some head-on shots of the car coming towards you, again matching that speed, making sure that the driver knows how fast you're going, which is always good to have a walkie-talkie or a phone call with the driver so you can say, hey, we're at 45 mile an hour, hey, we're at 25 mile an hour, and again adjusting that shutter speed to make sure that you're matching the car. Now, a good rule of thumb is to use the correct f-stop. So I would say using something between f4 and f6 is going to give you the best yield. The shot that I showed you here of Tom's, I think he actually shot this at f22 because he didn't have a CPL or an ND filter or anything to go on the front of the lens, and I think it turned out really clean. So you've just got to trial and error depending on the lens you're using, depending on the style you're going for. It's all circumstantial. It doesn't really matter. It's all about objectivity and how you view the content you're creating, and that's the most important thing. If you're enjoying it, that's what you want to do. And I think rollers are a very unique way to showcase a car because it's in its natural habitat. Yes, you could take a car and park it in front of a beautiful scenery, but you want to showcase the car doing what the car does. And being able to tell that story in a way that is dynamic with the motion and also in a captivating way because it's relatable and also pretty sick because of the way that the car looks, it just adds depth to the photo. In my personal opinion, I generally think it's one of the best ways to shoot cars. So I'd love to see you guys try it out. If you do want to use hashtag OpticalWander, show me your roller shots. I've seen some amazing ones on there before. If you'd like to edit this photo here, I'll leave it in the link. There's one photo in there. You can try editing it up. Make sure you tag me on socials and all of that stuff. And we're going to jump into the hashtag where you guys can show me the content that you're creating. Okay, so we're going to the hashtag. It's at 360,000 posts. We're going to most recent, do a refresh. We're going to scroll down. And because it's quite fitting, we'll start with this one here, which is from GIC Visuals. It's a car here in London, McLaren, looks pretty tasty. And we'll go down from here, do some street shots, have a look around. Oh, that's a cool one at St. Paul's here in London. Ooh, I like that second one. Let's go down, let's go with, oh, there's so many great shots. This one's cool. I like this. Nice black and white vibe. And we'll go down a bit more. Another action shot. Really like this. And we'll go with... Oh, that's tasty. I like that. That's a nice... I love the colours on that. Very vintage. Which I assume is what you're going for. And we'll go with... Oh, there's so many great shots. Honestly, I do generally get inspired by going through this hashtag, and whenever I am going to go out, I just go through it because, like, look at the content. Like, it's amazing. And we'll go with... Oh, God, there's just so many great shots. I really love this. It's a video from Camera Raw Production. I really love the angle on this. Like, the composition is sick. Let's do like 3 more. So we'll go with... this panning shot here, which is kind of relevant to what we were just talking about. We'll do this one with a nice kind of silhouette. I love that. What a great shot. Love the silhouette. And we'll do one more. Let's go with... Well, let's do a quick scroll and we'll go with this one here. What a great location. Love that. That's from Moody Tones, but I think the original photo is from Thomas. I feel like that's a bit of a bait one to call Thomas out on the hashtag, so we'll go with one more. Let's go with this one here, another panning shot. Love that, love the motion. And I think you can always be clinical in the work that you do. You can always be to the point, and you can always stress about it and perfect it, and you can always take time with it, but at the end of the day, you have to do it because you love it. And when you do something you love, it doesn't matter about the final result. It helps, but it's about the process. And that day, meeting Ben, meeting Josh, meeting up with Tom, like, it was such a sick day. Like, to be out with the car, out with friends, shooting, having fun, throwing the drone up, getting some shit, and it's about going out, enjoying. So with all that being said, create more, stress less, and I'll see you in the next one.